We're getting a lot of earnings reports this week, and I decided to take a look at a few sectors to kind of see what was happening there, including energy. Yeah, I know it's been pretty beaten down, but you might be surprised at some of the earnings charts that group is producing. But let's jump right into it and check them out. This week is really going to lead off with a couple of E&Ps, including Hess. So Hess has about half of its revenue from the U.S. and half international, and it is onshore and offshore. But as you can see, the shares are pretty depressed here, even though it has a pretty good earnings beat record. But this is going to move with the price of oil and nat gas, and as oil remains, below $60, these shares prices are just going to remain in the cellar. So this is one you want to watch if you're interested in the E&P side. And then the second company going this week is also one of the E&Ps. It's one of the largest E&Ps in the world, actually, and that's Phillips. They don't have quite as good a track record, but it's still pretty good, actually. And they beat 3 out of the last 4, so you gotta like that. But again, it has to do with what the price of oil is at, not so much the earnings miss and beat. But with these E&Ps, I would watch production and what they're saying about 2018 production, if they haven't already said it, or if they update it, because production is key with the E&Ps, and everybody's gonna be watching that. Then we go to an area that you might be surprised actually looks quite good. This is Valero. They're one of the refiners. So the refinery sector has been doing quite well because it's how much gas is being sold, and it has to do with the crack spreads and not so much the price of the overall crude. So you can see only 2 misses for Valero, so they got a great track record, and those shares are at 5-year highs. So if you're interested in the energy side, but you don't know really where to go, you might want to check out some of these refiners, and Valero kind of leads us off this week in that area. Then we're going to have the big oil, as it's called, 2 big oil names reporting on Friday, ExxonMobil and Chevron. We'll take a look here at ExxonMobil first. They have a real good track record, only the 4 misses over the course of the last 5 years. Some of them, has to do with the price of oil. Obviously, that's why the shares are down, but they have refining. And Exxon is also one of the largest chemical companies in the United States. So that's an area that has boosted them in the past. This is one to watch. A lot of people will be watching any information about the dividend yield, which is quite good on this one and on Chevron. They haven't cut it, and will there be any cuts? Nobody's saying that there will, but this is always kind of in the news with these big oil companies. So we're also going to be watching that with Chevron. As we see here, they don't have quite a good a track record. In fact, it's pretty bad, but again, they've stepped it up in recent quarters. They only have the 1 miss in the last 5 quarters here, but these shares are actually, really rebounding here, and we'll see if they can continue with this momentum. So big oil is always one to watch when the oil industry starts its earnings season kickoff. So there's a lot going on in the energy sector. And I encourage people to check out, the various areas. I didn't even cover the service side, really, for this week, of which we're getting a couple of those companies, too. So if you're interested in drilling and those kinds of services, tune into some of those and see what they are saying. I'll have more of those on my Twitter feed and on StockTwits if you're interested in some of those charts. And as always, Dave will be covering the options trades on a lot of these companies on Zach's Live Trader over on YouTube. You can watch it live or on recording. He has both those. He will also be doing after the reports on some of these companies to see what went right and what went wrong with the options trade. So if you're interested in options, be sure to go over there on Zach's Live Trader on YouTube. And I'll have more all this week on the regular earnings charts. Be sure to tune in.